Good morning, everyone. It's day 2 out here on this junk removal cleanup job, and we've got a couple punch list things that we've got to do today. Got to load out a couple more loads of trash. The owner just took the second load of all the scrap metal, and like I said in the other video, scrap metal's paying like where he's taking it's paying 7 cents a pound. So, and he's got a good bit of it, so he's made up a little bit of the money that for the cost of this particular job just on the scrap metal. So that's nice. But we've got a couple punch list things we're gonna do, and I'm gonna show you guys what those are right now. All right, so right here was an old pile of stuff. It was mostly just metal and wood. We got the metal loaded out yesterday. He drove the truck down in here. We got that loaded out, and it's just this pile of wood. He doesn't want to haul that off right now, so I'm going to take all this and we're just going to stack it over there off to the side near the property line. Not on someone else's property, but near it. And the person that owns the other property right there is one of his relatives, an aunt or something like that, so it's not a huge deal. So I'm just going to stack it right over there, kind of between that big gum and that pine, and get it out of the way. And we've got 2 loads of garbage, that one and the one over there, to load out into his trailer. There's a couple more trees that we've got that were uprooted and turned over that we're going to get cleaned up, get the holes filled in, get all that graded out, fixed up. And that's going to be, I think, most of the day today. I don't think it's going to take all day, but we've got to get this stuff done, and this job will be ready for me to come back next month and start mulching. So let's get started. right, we got that cleaned up as best I could. I ripped out some of those roots and some of that other junk. I'm gonna grind that down, and then I'll come back through here. I'll float the mulcher over this when I grind that pile, and we'll just kind of clean up a little bit of this stuff right here and grind those couple logs over there, which are half rotten. I think they're pine, so they should go pretty easily. Grind that pile, and this section will be done. So we've got a couple more trees over here to deal with, so let's go deal with them.
right, so it looks like we're gonna have to, I'm gonna have to come around over here. I'm gonna have to cut this tree. I don't think I can push it because the whole tree is laying back there in the swamp. So I'm gonna go get the 550. I'm gonna try to lift it up, come around to maybe this side, get the bucket up underneath it, try to lift it up, and then get this stump cut off, I'll move the stump off, and then I can cut that, I can lift that other end. Actually, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, we'll cut this in. We'll cut this in. I don't think I can lift up that end. There's too much tree hanging back that way. I don't think I can get it. Let's just see what we can do. I don't know. Chainsaw come out. It looked like when I was cutting it, it looked like it was opening up from the top, and I didn't think it was going to fall and pinch like that, but you know, what can you do? Eventually it's bound right there in the bark. It's actually bound in the bark right there. So I've got this app on my phone called Picture This, and it wants you to pay for it, but if you look up here, there's a little cancel button, and you just hit that. It's free, and you can just take a picture of a leaf, and it will tell you what kind of tree it is, and then from there, you know, you got Google. So let's take a picture and see what it is. I think it's a hickory. Oh, I was right. It's called a mocker nut hickory. There you go. Well, Mr. Mocker Nut, you just got cut up. Something went right. I'm down with that. nothing but impressed with this Kubota. This U55 has been one of the best investments I've ever made, and for its size, I have always been very, very pleasantly surprised with the amount of power that it has. So even being a zero tail, you know, or yeah, basically a zero tail machine, so it doesn't have a big counterweight, it can still pick up a lot of weight, has a lot of digging power. Most of the time I run it at, you know, when I'm doing this kind of stuff, picking this stuff up, I'm running it about 75–80% throttle. I'm not even wide open, and it's just picking this stuff up and throwing it around pretty easily. And I'm not saying it's the best Mini on the market. All depends on what your application is, but I think in the future, if I ever need to get another one down the road, I'll probably definitely be getting another U55. And I've been very happy with the reliability of it too. I haven't had any, knock on wood, no issues with it, other than the wearable stuff's broken track and a couple of popped hydraulic lines, which were my fault. So yeah, been very happy with that machine. So all right, I'm gonna get up all this root mat stuff, clean this up a little bit, and so I can get all that piled up over there, and we'll grind all that stuff up when I come back with Big Munch, and we'll just kind of clean this area up and then wait on the owner to get back with the dump trailer so we can get the rest of this trash out of here, and I think we'll be about done for the day.
All right, folks, I think we're done with the debris. Thank goodness. We found some more metal right here next to this big stump. We found some more rebar and some more pipe that was buried in the ground, and we got that up, got it cut up, got it put in his dump trailer. We took over, I think it was 5,000 pounds of metal out of this place. To give you guys an idea how much we took out. It was a lot. We took out a lot of metal. So he's got another load. That's trash. It's got some metal in it, but not enough to really make a difference. So he's gonna get rid of that, and I'll be back. Probably he wants me to come back the week that I come back to work after taking the next week off. So we'll be back here with Big Munchie, which works out perfect because I've got 2 more jobs that are about 30 minutes up the road from here. I'm doing for one of my regulars, and we're doing a job for him, and then we're doing a job for his son. So both of those jobs are about 30 minutes up the road from here. So we'll hit those 2 next week after next, and then come down here and hit this job. And I think this part should take, I don't know, probably a half a day-ish, you know, or less, to knock out this part, get all of this cleaned up, ground down, munched out, and then we'll hit a couple of those piles and a little bit of stuff down there, and then we'll make our way over here to this back side and start where I pulled that dog pin out over there, and we'll start working our way back that way, and we'll be close to be getting done finally. Fingers crossed. So all right, let's get out of here. All right, so real quick before we go, I know I told you guys I would tell you about what I'm using to sharpen my chainsaw, and somebody got me this for Christmas this past year, and this is by Hikatop. I think this is a Chinese knockoff brand of the original one of these, but this is a chainsaw sharpener, and what it is you put this on the chainsaw on the bar, and it kind of locks itself in place with these little things right here, and then what this does is it's got these little things on the back side, and you've got these little bits. They're basically like little drill bits, and there's a little handle in there, that little thing right there. And what that does is it goes through, it goes in that jig right there, and it goes through and sharpens the chainsaw. And I'm not gonna, it's kind of a pain to set up a little bit, but once you get it, it works really, really good for sharpening a chainsaw. And what it does is it keeps, and it comes in this little case, but it keeps the chain. So like when I would sharpen my chainsaw with a file, I could never get it to stay. You'd be coming across with the file, and I could never get it to sharpen like I wanted it to, and it would sharpen all weird. And so when you were cutting a log or something, it would cut at these weird angles, and it wouldn't cut straight if you were cutting something big like those trees I was cutting. So, and the reason for that is because when I was sharpening, you know, I was getting the angle off or whatever, and it just wasn't working right. So that thing keeps it keeps it true on every tooth, and makes every sharpen like kind of, you know, the angle perfect on every tooth. And so when you cut a big log or whatever, it keeps it straight, and it keeps it, man, that thing has been super sharp. So I've been very happy with it. Wrangler Star, who's a big YouTuber, did a review on one of these too, and so for out in the field, it works really well. You know, I don't use my chainsaw every day, and so this works really good to put a nice edge on it that you know will be straight. So if you need something to carry out in the field to sharpen your chainsaw here and there, and you want to make sure it's sharpened straight, this is a good tool for that. So I've enjoyed using it. Just a little tech tip for the day. I will catch you guys later.